1996, and here is where it all began. This old refurbished pub in Henley-on-Thames was the very first head offices for Telecom Plus plc, with just a handful of staff. We didn't have much in the way of services either. We just had a little box that looked a little bit like this. It wasn't very lucrative, there was no customer gathering bonuses, and take a look at my first commission statement. Things were pretty tough back then. In fact, on the very rare occasion that I visited those offices, I had to get there by bus, which meant a rather long but lovely walk alongside the river back to the bus stop. In truth, back then in 1997, Telecom Plus, well, they really had a bit of vision, but they lacked leadership and true management. But all that changed in early 1998 when Charles Wiggoner bought the company and moved us to some new offices in London. In fact, the home of his previous business, People's Phone. Let's head there now. Ooh, he might feature later.
Hi Wes, jump in, I'll give you a lift.
So Charles, when you first bought Telecom Plus, what was the vision?
The market was dominated by British Telecom, British Gas. There was a real opportunity to take on these monopolist suppliers and start delivering something that they really weren't. Better value, better service, and real savings to large numbers of people who were getting a lousy deal.
So come on Charles, be honest. When all this started all those years ago, did you really imagine that we'd be where we are today?
Of course I believed that this was where we were going to get to. Word of mouth is the most incredibly powerful and scalable business model. And the people involved have just been absolutely fantastic.
So we went from just a few staff in that old converted pub in Henley-on-Thames, moving here, Dryden House in northwest London in 1998. As the company expanded over the next 10 years, we filled all 8 units, the entire building, with nearly 400 staff. Joining us soon after we moved here is our network director, Wayne Coupland. Let's go inside and see him now. So Wayne, what landmarks did we see here at Dryden House?
Gosh, these walls can tell a story or two. From here, we launched our mobile service.
Yep.
We launched our energy services from this building. We launched broadband in 2004. Our customers then got the super fast 1/4 megabit per second. Outside that window, seeing the first 200 Plus Club winner drive away with their Porsche Boxster. And then sometime later, Keith Bassey turned up in a yellow Mini that he'd bought with pink pigs on the side. And from that today, we've got 700 Utility Warehouse branded Minis on the road. From this building, the first College of Excellence training. You were part of that.
Yes.
And today we have this cross-network culture with our training College of Excellence that's the envy of network marketing. It's from here that we entered the London Stock Exchange.
Wow, yeah.
It's from here we got our first Which Magazine Best Buy recommendation.
First of many.
And many, and we've had many, many more since then. And from here we launched our first celebrity-endorsed promotional video.
We sure did, starting with this little beauty back in the late 1990s, hosted by Tomorrow's World presenter Maggie Philbin at an express day of around 600 people. And then a couple of years later, in the early 2000s, we launched this, hosted by Paul Daniels and with a little cameo from Debbie McGee. Customers liked it. Not a lot. 2009, we moved just a couple of miles down the road to network headquarters for the next chapter in our journey. NHQ, please, driver.
No problem.
So we ended up here at network headquarters, and it was around this time that you became Chief Executive Officer. What would you say the highlights are of our time have been here?
Well, it's been a very busy time. This is where we grew up from being a small company to an established large company. We entered the FTSE 250, which makes us one of the largest companies in the country. We signed up our 500,000th member, so that's quite a milestone that we've achieved. And of course, we upgraded our celebrity, if I'm allowed to say that, from Paul Daniels to French and Saunders.
Yeah, remember them. So what else was there?
Well, we've materially strengthened our management team, brought on some fantastic people. We used to be a paper-based application business. We're now fully online. Virtually all of our active partners have got tablets that we provided them with. And of course, we introduced a new upgraded celebrity this time last year.
Ah, yes, so Terry Wogan.
Indeed. We've really refocused our brand on being the discount club and really focuses on savings, simplicity and service. We've now got 800 staff here. We've totally burst out of the seams, and so we're having to move over the road to a new building.
Great, well, let's take a stroll there now. So we're soon to move over here to this magnificent building, our new home, after a £20 million refit. So what do you see for the future now?
We have invested in this building in order to give ourselves the space to grow from the current 600,000 members that we have to 2 million. We want to give our staff an environment where they are happy to come to work, they enjoy being here, and therefore they will deliver fantastic service. So this is an absolute stake in the ground of our scale and our intention to become the nation's most trusted utility supplier. And whilst we've come an awful long way from that pub in Henley, there is an awful lot further that this business is going to go. And the most exciting thing is that the opportunity for every single partner who joins this business is exactly the same as it was on day one. There is scope for them all to achieve their goals and change their lives and that of their families.
So there we have it, a trip down memory lane from just a handful of customers and a few staff to where we are today, all set to move into this incredible landmark building and a company heading towards £1 billion turnover. The question is, how big a part of this future success would you like to have? Or perhaps just wait until we move again? I know what I'd do if I was you. Trust me, you won't regret it.